In a remote village on the edge of a dense forest lived a mysterious man named Jack. Little was known about him, but he was recognized for his reclusive nature and the enigma surrounding him. Jack resided in a dilapidated old house at the forest's edge and was occasionally seen wandering the village late at night, dressed in a long coat and a hat that concealed his face. Over time, rumors began to spread about him, with some claiming he was a sorcerer and others saying he performed strange rituals in the forest. One stormy night, a mysterious event shook the village. A young girl named Layla vanished without a trace. Her disappearance left no clue behind. The villagers, living in fear and suspicion, searched everywhere, but all their efforts were in vain. Rumors spread like wildfire, and everyone whispered that Jack was behind the disappearance. A group of villagers, led by a brave young man named Sammer, decided to confront Jack at his home. They made their way to his house at night, with rain pouring heavily and winds howling through the trees. When they reached the cottage, they heard strange sounds coming from inside. Despite warnings from some, they decided to enter. Upon opening the door, they found Jack sitting in the middle of the room, surrounded by lit candles and old books open to their pages. Sammer boldly asked, "Where is Layla? What have you done with her?" Jack slowly raised his eyes and gave a cold smile, saying, "Layla is in a safe place, but she is not here." The men did not believe him and began searching the house, but found nothing indicating the girl's presence. Sammer decided to take matters into his own hands and asked Jack to lead them to the forest, where he suspected Jack might be hiding something. Under pressure, Jack reluctantly agreed. He led them deep into the forest, where the atmosphere grew increasingly strange and eerie. There were strange noises filling the air, as if whispers were coming from all directions. Suddenly, the group arrived at a small lake hidden among the dense trees. Jack pointed to the water and said, "You will find her here, if you dare to look." Everyone hesitated, but Sammer, with his bravery, stepped forward and looked into the water. The water was as black as ink, but after a moment, strange images began to appear on its surface. He saw Layla, but she did not look well. She seemed trapped beneath the water's surface, struggling to escape, her face filled with fear. Without hesitation, Sammer jumped into the water in an attempt to rescue her. He felt cold hands pulling him down, as if an invisible force was preventing him from escaping. He began to feel panic, but at that moment, the images vanished and the water returned to calm. Sammer was pulled out of the water, but he found no sign of Layla. When they turned to search for Jack, they found he had disappeared. They returned to the village confused and frightened, with no answers. When they went back to Jack's cottage, they found it completely empty, as if no one had ever lived there. There was no trace of Jack or his belongings. The villagers continued their search, but without success. They began to believe that Jack was merely a figment or a supernatural being sent to punish them for something. Weeks after the disappearance, Jack's body was found in the forest by the same lake. But there was something strange. His face bore an expression of absolute terror, and his eyes were wide open as if he had seen something horrifying in his final moments. As for Layla, she was never found. Her story became a warning to children to avoid wandering in the forest at night and to fear the shadows that move in the dark. Everyone knew deep down that Jack harbored greater secrets than they had imagined, and that mysterious forces still dwelled in the forest, waiting for those who dared to explore them. Thus, the ending remained mysterious and frightening, with Jack and Layla's story becoming part of local legends passed down through generations to warn people about the unknown and the dark night. Subscribe for more chilling stories and mysteries.